Hello everyone, this is Nurzadeh, functional dietitian and integrative dietitian and nutritionist. Thank you for joining me. This is episode 12 of Thank God It's Fixed show. If you are joining me today, if this is the first time, I've been doing this weekly show that we talk about digestive and gut related issues, and there are a lot of episodes that on a variety of topics, so make sure that you go back to the videos on Facebook or on my website where they're all uploaded in their order. Today's episode is going to be on the things that you can do, 5 lifestyle habits that will help you improve digestion, and the bonus is they will actually help you lose weight as well too. So a lot of times people who are, I work with, they have most of them have digestive issues, bloating, constipation, stomach pain, and many people feel like they want to lose weight, whether it's, they really need to lose weight, and sometimes it's actually the bloating, the distension in the stomach that's bothering them, that's making their clothes tighter, and that's what's really bothering them. So working on your gut, fixing that, reducing inflammation will help you lose weight as well too. So the point of today's video, I was thinking, is sometimes, and especially like when I travel and I see people, I get all these questions about foods and should I eat this, should I eat that, what's the best supplements, what's the best protocol, and what's the best testing. And as much as I like to go deep in these topics and get geeky and recommend all these really cool and advanced products or ways of eating or testing, sometimes we forget the basic. And if you're spending all this time and money and energy on all the advanced stuff, but you're not doing the basic, you're not covering your basics, then you're not going to feel better. You're not going to see the improvement. So the things that I'm sharing with you today, anyone can do, everyone can do, no matter where you are in any country or in any life situation. I am 100% sure that you can incorporate all of those things if you make the decision to do it. So let's start with the first thing. And today is the 5 lifestyle habits that will help improve digestion and will also help you lose weight. So the first one is that you need to chew your food properly. So your mouth is the first part of the digestive system, and the digestion begins in the mouth. Now, there aren't that many enzymes. There's only one enzyme that's being produced in the mouth, and that helps start breaking down starches. But what happens in there is that the saliva, the mechanical chewing, like your teeth breaking down the food, it will help your stomach and the rest of your digestive tract break down that food. So if you don't chew properly and your food is still chunky and lumpy as you swallow it, it makes the stomach job harder. You may end up with more heartburn, reflux, bloating, or maybe sometimes you might feel like a rock in the stomach because things are not being digested properly. And so the rule of thumb, you may have heard, chew your food 15 times, 10 times, 20 times. 20 times is a bit challenging, but I would, give it a try. See how many times you chew your food. And I bet you that some of you will chew your food 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and chew it and swallow it without even realizing that. Now, the downside of that, not just only digestion, so it makes it harder for your digestive tract, you're not enjoying the food. You're not enjoying the pleasure of eating. Your taste buds are in your mouth. So if you swallow the food right away, then you're not enjoying the sweetness or the certain flavors or the saltiness in the food. And how many of you grab a handful of something, whether it's nuts or chocolate chips or raisins, you just pop it in your mouth and you swallow it, and you feel like you need more and more, and you're not even enjoying that experience. So chewing your food properly is going to help both ways. Now, count how many times you're chewing the food. We really want it to be moist. We want it to be soft. We want it to be pureed by your teeth by the time you swallow it. So maybe you've never really paid attention to this. So just give it next time you eat at your next meal or snack. really think of that. And if you chew your food for 5 times, try for 10. If you chew for 10, try for 15. Ideally, your meals should take up to 20 minutes, or at least 20 minutes for you to complete. And what that also does is chewing your food will stimulate the rest of your digestive system. It will cause a release of hormones and neurotransmitters that tell your stomach to produce stomach acid, so we start digesting food. It tells your intestines that, hey, food is coming, so be alert and start to wait for this food so that we can break it down and digest it properly. So that is the first one. Now the second one is that you want to spread your meals to eat every 3 to 4 hours, and to have a 12-hour gap between dinner and breakfast the next day. Now, the reason I recommend 3 to 4 hours is that your digestive tract goes through a series of cleaning waves. So you're from the mouth all the way to the rest of your digestive system. There's a series of waves. Think of it as, how a snake moves and is able to move from one place to another. This is what happens in your gut. And as this smooth muscle wave of contraction happens, food passes down. So what the gut needs to do, what it does every throughout the day, is a cleaning motion, and so it sweeps all the waste, the debris, anything that is remaining, microbes, pathogens, from top to bottom, so that you can get rid of this waste in your stool. Now, what happens is if you eat, this motion gets interrupted and it has to start from the beginning. So if you remember the picture of your digestive tract, if you have to start and keep restarting from the beginning because you eat every hour or every 2 hours, then the body never really gets to clean the bottom part of your gut, which is your colon, the large intestine. And overall, with over time, that might end up with just things being stuck and in your colon or in your gut, or maybe constipation. You're just not cleaning your system properly, and that's typically that needs 3 to 4 hours, but a lot of people with thyroid issues or slowed motility may need 4 hours for this motion to be complete, and that's why I do recommend 4 hours. Now, on the plus side, if you're trying to lose weight as well too, I don't know who came up with the recommendation to eat every 2 hours, because that's just way too many times in the day for your blood sugar to go up, for your insulin to go up, and if you're eating like 6 or 7 small meals or snacks in the day, then you potentially have the opportunity to overeat 6 or 7 times in a day, whereas if you eat 3 to 4 times in a day, it's actually, you're more likely to eat a more balanced meal, sit down, enjoy it, and feel the satisfaction and move on with life, that you're not constantly thinking of food. So that's what I do recommend, that you eat every 3 to 4 hours. And it's not really crazy. You can have breakfast at 8, lunch at noon, a snack at 3, and dinner at 7, and then you're done, which leaves us with the next part of this tip is that you want to separate your dinner from breakfast the next day. You want 12 hours in between those, and that's just another opportunity to help your gut rest and recover and clean up whatever that needs to happen. And at the same time, that 12-hour period is going to prevent mindless eating at night, is going to help your body burn through the fat stores that you're accumulating as your storage, and helps with weight loss as well. So eat every 4 hours, or leave your have 3 to 4 hours in between your meals and 12 hours between dinner and breakfast the next day. The third tip that you can do, which is do not drink with your meals. Really just avoid drinking anything, not even water, not even, of course not carbonated beverages, of course not sodas or juices, but even water, I don't recommend that you drink water with your meal. And that's because water is going to dilute the enzymes and the digestive capacity of the gut. So then you might end up with stomach pain or indigestion. So if your mom has told you ever, and my mom did that, and my grandmothers, when they would see us as kids drink with our food, and I know my mother-in-law says that too, like, don't overdrink, don't drink with your meal, because that's going to give you a stomach ache. And that's because the liquids will dilute the enzymes in the stomach. Now, when should you drink? It's really important to drink, right? We want to drink 8 cups in the day. So you want to drink 30 minutes before your meal or an hour after your meal. So drinking throughout the day, but not at the same time as you're eating. And if you really need to take a medication or supplement with your meal, just drink with a little bit of water and only what you need to be able to swallow a capsule or a tablet or whatever that you need. But the majority of your water needs to be away from meals. Now, the 4th tip is also related to water, which is to avoid drinking with a straw. Now, straws are cool, maybe, and they offer them at restaurants and stuff like that. But when you drink with a straw, the initially when you are pulling that liquid in the straw, you're actually ingesting air at the same time. And that air, the air bubbles, can sit in the stomach, and that can cause bloating, can cause indigestion as well too. So it's really a simple step, but just drink from the cup right away. If you have a water bottle, maybe choose the water bottles that don't have a straw, just something where you can open the cap and then just drink it right away. That will significantly reduce the gases. Now, of course, just to put this on a big frame of like the big, assumption that we're not drinking carbonated beverages and, you're not eating greasy fried foods all the time. So these are the things that you can do, the lifestyle, on top of your general healthy eating diet. Now, the 5th one that I'm going to talk about today is sitting down to eat and slowing down to eat. Now, I am guilty of this. I am running around between work and kids and sports, and especially that I got back from a 2-week vacation and didn't really have much going on except for just having a good time. And now we're back on track with sports and running in 2 different directions. And so what happens is when you're not taking that time to breathe, to eat, then you're just like rush, you're on the go, then your neurotransmitters in your body and your gut and your brain, they're not shutting down, they're not flipping to rest and digest. So stress and your emotional well-being is going to affect your gut. And without even realizing it, it's our nervous system that we can't control. You're either in a rest and digest state or you're in a fight or flight. So fight or flight, that means that you're dealing with work stressors, with traffic, with due dates, with getting dinner and homework and sports and bedtime in the afternoon or in the evening. And rest and digest is when you're calm and when you're relaxed and your body is working properly, that nervous system, because really what controls the gut, your nervous system, is going to send the signals to your gut muscles to work. So we can't get rid of stress. It's always there. It's always going to be there. We can't live in a bubble or isolate ourselves, but we can control or manage some of that. So even though you cannot fix all your life problems today, you can take 5 minutes before your meal to transition to the meal. So whether that is, just being in a room by yourself where you get to breathe, maybe 2 minutes, maybe you don't have 5 minutes, maybe it's just 2 minutes that you can get to yourself or for yourself, where you can sit down, take deep breaths, and just mentally and prepare for sitting down to eat. Trying to avoid eating on the go because you're driving and you're getting from one place to another, and suddenly you're eating and your meal takes 5 minutes and you just don't realize that you've ate that much. So all of this combination is going to keep you in a go, fight or flight mode, and we really want to be in a rest and digest mode. So these are the 5 tips that anyone can do, no matter where you're at, where you live, that the lifestyle tips that will help you improve your digestion and also lose weight. So if you have any comments, I see some people are watching. If you have any comments, if you like this, give me a thumbs up or just write me a comment. I love to see who's there watching. And if you feel this is helpful for a family or friend, tag them and make sure they follow the show too. So I'm going to repeat the 5 tips again for those of you who are watching. You want to chew, or for those who joined us late, you want to chew your food properly and slowly about 15 times and make sure that what you swallow is completely liquid and pureed. You want to eat, have 3 to 4 hours at least between meals, no eating every 2 hours, and have 12 hours overnight between dinner and breakfast. You don't want to drink with meals. Drink your liquids, even water, 30 minutes before your meal or an hour after the meal, and only a small amount if you're taking medications or supplements. Drink without a straw, and then give yourself time to transition to eating so you can take a deep breath, enjoy the meal, slow down, and get into rest and digest mode, not stay in fight or flight trying to rescue your life or your life problems. Just give yourself that time to enjoy that meal, and all of these will help you lose weight. So for those of you who are joining, thank you so much for joining, and if you're watching the recording, write me a comment, write me a question. I'd love to see if that helped, and tag someone or a friend, share this video with them. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time on Thank God It's Fixed show. This is Noor Zibde. Have a great day. Bye bye.